Okay, look at how awesome this tree is. I'm currently on a 4-day weekend, and I'm way too lazy to take a shower, and that's why I'm wearing this hat, so you don't have to look at my greasy hair throughout this whole video. Anyway, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and I got some sad news. Right now, my internet is currently out, and if there's one thing I hate more than the internet going out, it's the power going out altogether. Because I mean, right now at least I can use my computer, but not having access to the internet, it's really painful. It's a struggle. I feel like a caveman. I'm just like disconnected from the entire world right now. So the main point in this video is I'm going to be telling you about the time that I failed a backflip right in the middle of class. Right in front of all my classmates, I failed a backflip. Actually, I didn't just fail one backflip, I failed like 2 or 3. Okay, so when this story happened, I was in 8th grade, so this was only 2 years ago actually, so at the time I was 13. And I was just getting into flips, like 13, the age of 13, that's when I first started getting into, learning how to flip and all that, because at the time, from ages 10 to 13, I was just working on like parkour vaults and, wall runs and stuff like that. I had no interest in flips whatsoever, but when I was 13, suddenly I just started learning all these flips, but I wasn't that good. Like I was just learning, I could land like a couple sometimes, but I wasn't like super good at them. Like I couldn't consistently land them like I can now. Alright, so it was English class, which would be, I think that was 4th hour in 8th grade. I think it was. I'm not sure how I remember that. Anyway, so yeah, 4th hour, and I sat right next to my friend Jack, and if you don't know Jack, then he's actually in some of my videos. I had him in like 4 or 5 videos. I mean, they're kind of older videos, but anyway, yeah. So go back on the channel and you can find Jack if you don't know who I'm talking about. Anyway, I sat right next to him, and so it was like right at the beginning of the year because we were doing, like a get to know each other assignment. So the way the assignment went was you would sit next to your partner, right? And so you would actually, instead of like writing about yourself, you would actually write about your partner. So you would find out stuff about your partner, you would write it down on your paper, your partner would find out stuff about you, they would write it down on their paper. Which was pretty easy because me and Jack didn't need to get to know each other because we already knew each other, so that was pretty lucky. So anyway, we're writing stuff down for each other, and one of the questions was like a fun fact about each other. So the first thing I think of is like, oh, I can do a standing backflip, except I barely could at the time, so I don't know why I said that. I was so retarded. He writes down for the fun fact about me that I can do a standing backflip. So the time comes around, and by the way, once everyone was like done with their papers, like we would like present them to the class. I hate class presentations. Not as much anymore, because like I just kind of realized there's no point in being anxious about it because it's really not that big of a deal. But at the time I had such bad anxiety when it came to presenting, but that's really besides the point though. Time comes around for Jack to, present everything about me. So then he says, he says the part that I can do a standing backflip. And I knew that's what happened. Like, I don't know why I went through with this. I'm so retarded for doing this, but I knew that everyone in the class would want to see it then. And of course, as soon as Jack said that, everyone in the class wanted me to go do one. And it's funny because I look over at my English teacher and she has no idea what to say because she doesn't want me to obviously land on my head. But she kind of wanted to see it, I guess. So anyway, I get up and I'm walking to the center of the room. I'm like, I'm so screwed. I can hardly backflip. I barely landed on grass. And keep in mind, I mean, school floors, obviously, they aren't grass. I mean, I'm not living in Ethiopia right now. We got hard, like, concrete or some hard material floors. I don't know. Basically, floors where if you land on your head, it doesn't feel very good. So I'm walking to the center of the room, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, oh, God. I mean, I have to do it, but it's like, how's this gonna go over? I'm standing there. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go for it. So I throw my arms back, and I'm getting ready to jump, and it goes downhill. Oh, why? Oh, it was so bad. It goes downhill so much from there. So since I wasn't very comfortable with the backflip, I tried to rush through it like really hard. So instead of like getting as high up in the air as I possibly could and then going into the tuck like you're supposed to do, I jumped up. I had my arms like pretty much here, and I just instantly tucked. Like I didn't even have them above my head. It was so bad, and I rushed the tuck. Instead of getting height, I just went straight into the tuck. Now, I didn't land on my head, I didn't land on my face, luckily. That would be really bad. Instead, what I did was I landed, but I had to use like my hands, and it was like a really like low landing, and I landed with my hands, and I was like, oh, that was so ugly. I felt so retarded because it's like everyone else, I knew everyone in the room was expecting like, this perfect backflip, and I just failed, and it was really low and crappy. It was just like, oh, why did I do that? So I don't give up. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna do this. I'm trying again. So I back up, And everyone's like, oh, because I think I'm going for something cool, and it's, oh my god, no. It wasn't cool. I'll tell you that. It was not cool. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do a round off backflip, and so the round off was like a really crappy cartwheel, and like my legs were like all weird when I landed, and it was so short, and it was such a bad. It was so bad. Like it looked like someone who's never done any form of gymnastics before, like their first ever cartwheel. Like you know how those look, where they just like put their hands on the ground and they just like jump their feet over, and it looks really stupid. That's kind of what my round off looked like. And I jump into the backflip. I don't like use any of the height that I could have got off the round off. I jump up and I again, you know, I tuck really fast. I screw it up and I try to rush through it because I just wasn't comfortable at the time. And I land pretty much the same way as I did on the first one. And I felt like such a failure. Like it was so embarrassing. I was like, why did I have to do this? Like really? I think the main reason I screwed up so bad was because it's like, it was on like, you know, the hard floor. And obviously that doesn't feel too good if you were to screw it up. Not that I screwed it up too horribly. Like I didn't get hurt or anything. I just looked really bad. Plus I didn't have any like warm up or stretching. Because usually I like to jump on my trampoline a bunch and then stretch out and then like I'm ready for flips. But you know, obviously in the middle of 4th hour English, you know, I can't just start stretching. Like that would look weird. So I was like, okay, I just gotta go for it. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just like, okay, I'm done. And I'm so embarrassed and I'm walking back to my seat. And you know, people are, you know, they're kind of clapping like just to be nice, but I was like, that wasn't good. That was bad. That was so bad. And I sit down next to Jack and I don't even look at him. I'm like, oh god. Jack, I'm like, I'll bet Jack. Like Jack of anyone would probably know because he's seen me do lots of backflips before. So he of anyone in that class would know that like that was bad and I screwed up big time. So anyway, we get on with English class and we're leaving. So I go out the door and I'm next to Jack. And I can tell he's about to say something. I just cut him off. I'm like, that was horrible. I'm like, that was so bad. He's like, yeah, it really was. It was such a fail. Like I screwed up, you know, the first backflip I screwed up, whatever. If I would have, you know, actually landed the second one, that would have been cool, but that is not what happened. I screwed it up. I should have had extra momentum and I still screwed it up. Yeah, it was a sad day. I felt really bad, but I actually kind of used that moment to like inspire myself to really learn the backflip. Like I went home that day like kind of mad and I was like, that's it. I'm getting this backflip down. I absolutely have to have a really good backflip. And now my backflip's actually pretty good. I mean, what I found was like when it comes to the backflip, just repetition. Like just keep doing it every single day over and over and over. And eventually like you don't even like have to necessarily try new stuff. Like you'll just end up like kind of fixing it just by doing it a lot. Like it's actually pretty weird, but like doing it over and over and over, like you'll somehow get a lot better. And now I don't have to worry about that anymore, but I wish I could go back in time and just like take over for myself and be like, hold on, you suck, let me take care of this. Anyway, that is the end of the story. It was real embarrassing. I mean just imagine, like I failed something that's like actually not even that hard. I mean, granted, most people in the room probably couldn't even do that or want to try, but it's still just like, Anyway, yeah, whatever. I don't worry about that anymore because I'm pretty good. Now I don't even really have to stretch or warm up and I can just land flips like no problem. That I'm glad. But anyway, I'm just gonna talk to you guys for a little bit because, okay, I would pull up my YouTube channel because I wanted to see how long it's been since I made a video like this. But I don't got internet. My dad knows how to fix it. It looked like all he did was go into the box and just like loosen and then retighten stuff and then it just started working again. I tried resetting the router, unplugging a bunch of stuff. Yeah, nothing worked. I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. We're at 481 or is it 581? That's something I should know. Why do I not know this? Hold on, let me look. I'm relying on LTE right now to have internet access, and let me tell you, it's a pain. I don't like it. It isn't fun. Nonstop Parkour. Ooh, I got a new subscriber, Alex Nedelik. Did I pronounce that right? Maybe? I don't know. Who knows? Are you watching this video, Alex? Hello. 584. I'm retarded. I don't know why I could. Oh, I'm bad. So we're at 584 subscribers. You know, it's funny, just a few years ago, I would get like 5 views on a video, and if I got 10 views, I was like, oh my god, I hit the jackpot. Now my average video gets like 50-ish. That's like an average video, but like a good video usually can get like several hundred. The parkour jam video only has 60 views. That's kind of unfortunate. I really like that video. I did something really unique and cool, and it didn't get as much attention as I was hoping it would. I don't care, whatever. Thank you guys so much for all the support you've been giving me recently. And right now, the reason I'm on a 4-day weekend. The reason I'm on a 4-day weekend is because of parent-teacher conferences. And yeah, I was really lazy at the beginning of this school year, and let me tell you, it's hard to recover. It's hard to recover. If you're not in high school yet, let me just tell you, don't slip up. Like, just don't. Like, no matter how bad you want to just go on your computer and just skip the homework and put it off till later, don't do it. Come home, just work on the homework, and like you'll immediately get into the mindset where like it's more painful to think about doing homework than to actually do it. And always take up study hall. Like, study hall, don't just be on your phone, because I used to do that and I wouldn't work on work. Use your study hall. Get stuff done so you don't even have to do it at home. It's a lot less painful to do work at school than at home. At school, you have no choice but to do work. Anyway, it is currently autumn. Or is it officially autumn? I don't know if it's fall, like, officially. I'm pretty sure it is. It's October 25th, I think. 27th, actually. I think fall is my favorite time of the year because it's like... But specifically, it's the fall where it's not, like, cold. It's just, like it's cool, but it's not cold. Like, if you wear sweatpants and a t-shirt, like, you're definitely fine. That is my favorite weather. And fall looks cool. You know, the trees are all like orange and red. You know, during winter it looks all dead. And, you know, constantly seeing green during spring and summer, it gets kind of old. So, you know, fall is like that one season where everything turns orange and red and it looks cool. And that's one of the reasons it's my favorite time. Although I do think fall is like when I first ever started doing YouTube, like 10 channels ago. Oh my god, if I ever get... One day I will get into how many channels I've had here on YouTube. Ooh, it's weird. It's very weird. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, actually. Some of you may not know that. I've been on since I was like 9 years old. And I started off with gaming, and like I was pretty good. Like, for 9 years old, I think I was pretty good at like video editing and stuff. Obviously I was kind of cringy, but like, so like I got started like really young, and I wish I would have kept my channel and just kept grinding at it instead of deleting channels and making them and then deleting and then making them and then deleting and just doing that over and over and over. It really sucks. But another thing is, like, since it's getting a lot colder, I'm not saying I'm going to be doing less parkour. Well, actually, that is kind of what I'm saying. I might do less parkour. I mean, I will try to get out and train as much as I can, and I'll try to go to the gym and everything, because we haven't done that in a very long time. I'm still going to do my very best to do, you know, parkour and all that, and tricking, because I've been getting into that a lot more recently. But keep in mind, I might start doing more gaming and, you know, videos like this. I'm going to do my best to do parkour and tricking. It's just, I'm probably going to start doing more gaming and vlogging now since the weather's getting a lot more sketchy, so I might have to resort to gaming a lot more often. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and wrap the video up. If you want to see more videos like of this type of style, you know, me telling stories or me just talking to you, please drop a like and be sure to comment below. Let me know that you want to see more. Keep in mind, like, guys, like, whenever I ask you to like a video, like, I'm not just saying it like I'm mindlessly like, oh, just, you know, drop a like. You know, that's what the average YouTuber is supposed to say. When you drop a like on a video, it really shows me that, like, you're actually appreciating that and you actually want to see more of that and that I'm doing something right. And all of you that comment and, like, tell me, you know, great video, like, great job on this video. When you guys let me know, like, great video, it really does mean a lot because it lets me know that I'm doing a good job. It makes my day a little bit brighter when I read those comments, so I just want you to know it does mean a lot to me. Anyway, like I said, subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you next time.